Hello again, fellow Kiss fans and vinyl collectors. I thought I would do a kind of an overview of the Japanese Kiss pressings that I have in my collection and kind of why I have them in my collection. The first one I'm going to show you here is the Japanese version of Kiss the Originals. And this was a set that came out in the US as well, first actually. And this had Kiss's self-titled album, their first album. It had Hotter Than Hell and it had Dressed to Kill. This particular copy is missing the Obi strip, and I'll show you in later albums what that is. But there's the cover, and there's the back of it. And it kind of shows the three albums that are inside. So you open it up, and it is like a folder. And inside we have the albums, and I've put them in, well actually these came in these sleeves. I don't know if those are original to the set, but all three albums are in here. With Japanese, well this is, I'll talk about that in a minute. This is the booklet that came with it, and this is pretty much the same thing as what came in the US version, I believe. But it's kind of a nice, quite a few pages here, booklet. A lot of text and a lot of photos. With Japanese pressings, you usually get an extra booklet you don't get in the US pressings that basically has everything in Japanese, all the lyrics. They usually have some extra photos and things in them. Some kind of write-up here. I read no Japanese, so I have no idea what that stuff is saying. But the lyrics actually have both English and Japanese, and it's a lot of fun to read the English translations, or the translations that the Japanese translated from English. From listening to the album. Some of them are pretty funny because they're pretty far off. But there's that booklet. And then the albums originally would have come in these sleeves. They're just kind of paper typical sleeves. So there's the first album. The second album, Dressed to Kill. And these are all just kind of flimsy paper sleeves. Sorry, I said Dressed to Kill. Hotter Than Hell, Dressed to Kill. So they kind of mimicked the original album covers. So that's that. That's the originals. Put that aside. The next one I have is Kiss Alive. And this is what I was talking about with the Obi, if you can see that here. This is the Obi strip. You can see kind of what it is there. And what this was these were put on the Japanese album so that the Japanese consumer could read things like what the album was called, who the band was, track listings, things like that. So it's kind of a hype sticker in a way, and an information. It's not a sticker actually, I'll show you in a second. But it would just tell the Japanese consumer things about the album that they might not be able to read in English. So this is a Japanese pressing of Alive. There's the back. Okay. So you see how the Obi is a strip here. A paper strip that goes around the jacket of the album, and it has other albums inside that are available. And Obi is a Japanese word for strip or belt, so that's why they're called Obis. So it's like a strip or a belt on the album. So we've got the booklet in with this one, and this is a lot like the You know, it's probably exactly like the US version of this booklet. And again, we have the insert that has the lyrics translated for the Japanese fans. There's something just really cool about the Japanese Kiss stuff because I can't put my finger on it, but they just kind of, the Japanese kind of ate up Kiss and the whole image and the whole mystique. And the Kiss image just kind of goes well with Japanese culture. So I've had a lot of fun lately kind of delving into Japanese Kiss stuff and trying to go back and look at some of the things that were released over there back in the 70s. So that's Alive. Here's Destroyer. Again, the Obi. They always have these kind of funny little pictures up at the top. This copy I bought from a US seller, and it's not as in good a shape as a lot of the others that I bought from sellers in Japan. And that's one thing about these Japanese pressings. It's funny. I don't know if it's a cultural thing or what, but it seems like the Japanese Kiss fans took better care of their vinyl than we did here in the US, because almost everything I've gotten has just been practically pristine. This one being kind of an exception, but it's just crazy how nice all of these 40-year-old pressings I've been getting from Japan have been. Okay, so Destroyer has the Obi on there again. One cool thing about the Japanese Destroyer that we didn't get, and I know Canada did, is a gatefold inside here. And again, here's the back of the Obi with other albums available. And the other thing about these Japanese pressings is they just, you know, if you're somebody who's really into the sound quality of vinyl and is looking for the best sounding albums, boy, these Japanese pressings just really can't be beat. I mean, the US 2014 remasters are pretty close. And maybe equal in some respects, but from what I understand, the Japanese used virgin vinyl, which is, you know, the plastic, the vinyl that they used had never been used for anything else. It's always fresh and doesn't have contaminants in it that can cause pops and ticks. And so these albums, I mean, the engineering, just everything about them just sounds just fantastic. There's the Obi strip on Rock and Roll Over. A bit of a close-up of the little photo up there in the strip. And again, Rock and Roll Over for the Japanese market was a gatefold. And I should also note, my copies are missing a lot of posters and inserts and things. I believe this one came with a poster and a sticker. But how cool is that? I mean, there's a gatefold with a really beautiful shot of them in concert. I'm not going to pull the album out, but I guess I am. One thing I've noticed is that all these Japanese albums most often come in these clear plastic sleeves, which is better than paper, because then you don't have paper particles getting in the grooves and things. This is the booklet that came with it. Again, this is the lyrics booklet, so Japanese fans could read and understand what Kiss was singing about for the most part. Next up is Love Gun. Again, there's the Obi strip. There's the album in its sleeve again. Now, Love Gun was also a gatefold in Japan, but it's not a very exciting gatefold in my opinion. It's basically just the inner sleeve image duplicated on both sides here. It's cool that it's here, but it would have been kind of fun if one side had been something different. There's the back. And again, a booklet, and they usually have the album cover on the booklet. And then inside is the lyrics translated. There's Kiss Alive 2. Again, they have a photo on the obi and a bunch of things that I don't know what it says, but I know it's good stuff. Okay. All right. Obviously, Kiss Alive 2 is a gatefold and has the incredible shot that we're used to seeing in Alive 2. Back is pretty much the same as other pressings. Let's see here. Not going to pull the albums out because they are just in the plastic jackets, but they did get the inner sleeves, the custom inner sleeves, and it's more of a matte finish paper. I think we got, I can't remember. I'm thinking we had glossy on the US, but I can't remember. Here's the lyrics booklet. Oh, that's just a receipt that I got from the record seller. I just thought it was cool. It had Japanese on it and stuff. And then Alive 2 also came with the booklet that we're used to seeing. There it is. It's like, I thought I had it. And again, it's the evolution of Kiss. And this is familiar to most Kiss fans and record collectors. It's pretty much the same thing as the US version. Okay, next up is Double Platinum. And this is a cool one because the sleeve here is actually much better quality than what we had in the US. It's thicker, it's less prone to ring wear. And this is a pretty nice copy I got pretty recently. Let's see. Okay, again we have the obi. It's a lot smaller. It's a little concert shot there. And inside it's the same gatefold that we're used to seeing with the kind of embossed images of the band. We saw the back cover. And again, I can't say enough about the sound quality of these Japanese pressings. It's pretty incredible. They weren't kidding around when they pressed these. Okay, this has the award insert. Some of the silver foil is coming off of mine or something there. And again, the lyrics booklet. Tiny little photos in this one. It's kind of weird. Here's Dynasty. And this one doesn't really have a band photo on it. I should also say that, as far as I know, these are all pretty much the first time that these albums were, the copies that I have here are the first time that they were released in Japan. They did release the catalog a couple more times, 2 or 3 more times over the years, with different obi strips. And so these are all pretty much the original ones, I believe. I don't know if there's a whole lot to show in Dynasty. It doesn't have a you know, a gatefold that we didn't get. But it's very well printed. I mean, it's a nice thick jacket. On the back of the Obi, we've got albums here that are available. You get the custom. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so this is actually the booklet, and this time it comes with a glossy cover stock that kind of mimics the custom inner sleeve that that other versions of this have. So there's the inside of the book. And in lieu of a poster, and I don't know if this actually came with a poster too, but right in the middle of the book is you know, a reproduction of the poster that came with Dynasty in most other regions. At least in the US. I guess I don't know about most. That's kind of cool. Little ad right there. You see it? For the first Kiss book that you could get. A little paperback book. Okay, next up is Unmasked. And we're almost through these, so if you've hung in there with me this long, good for you. But almost done here. So there's Unmasked. Again, we got the Obi strip up on the album here. There's the back. No gatefold or anything. We do get a lyric sheet that's not even it's just one sheet that's double-sided. The album in this plastic sleeve again. Now this one I think is pretty cool. This is actually the Japanese version of The Elder. Not The Elder. Yes, The Elder. For a second there I thought it was Lick It Up. No, this is The Elder. And I thought it was interesting that when they produced the Japanese one, they kind of covered the entire album front with a new image that covered what we're used to seeing for the Music from the Elder album cover. And so if you look at this closely, this is just a paper sleeve that goes on top so that, I don't know, I guess they felt that this would sell much better in the Japanese market with Kiss on the cover. Maybe they should have tried the same thing in the US, I don't know. But, so, okay, we've got the typical album cover there. Standard gatefold. And then the back. Album in the plastic sleeve again. It seems like most Japanese pressings have these style of sleeve, and they protect fairly well. I mean, I prefer them to paper for keeping crap out of the grooves. And there's the Elder's lyric sheet. It's interesting, this doesn't have the Japanese with the English. If you can see there, it's just all English. Not sure what that says there. Anyway, so that's the Elder. I thought that was cool that it has its own unique cover in a way. This is the last thing I have to show, and I just got this last week. This is kind of my my baby of my Japanese pressings. This is Kiss the Originals 2. And this is an album, or an album set that didn't come out anywhere else. This came out, I believe, like in '78, to coincide with the tour that they had going there in '78. And this one collects the 3 studio albums after Alive. So this has got, let's see if we can see on the back here. So this has got Destroyer, it's got Rock and Roll Over, and it's got Love Gun. So let's see what's inside. This has some pretty cool little goodies in it too. Again, we have the Obi. And I'm going to slip that off so you can see the entire cover. And there's the whole cover, so we can see Paul and everything. The illustrator that did this based these drawings or paintings off of the pictures of Kiss giving their blood for the Kiss comic. So if you look in the original Marvel Kiss comic, you'll see pictures of them, each of them dropping their blood into the ink, and these are the faces from those photos. Inside we have the same folder-like presentation that the first originals had. The Kiss logos here. Let's see, let me pull the albums out first. Okay, so each one of these has the album inside in a plastic sleeve, but again we have the paper. These are just kind of thin paper sleeves that kind of mimic the original album covers. So there's Destroyer. Next up we have Rock and Roll Over. Paper sleeve. And last we have Love Gun. I don't think this has a custom label. I think this has, no, it just says, each of these says the originals 2 on them. I don't know if you can see that there. Anyway, so those are the albums that come in the originals 2. We also get a booklet that is similar to the booklet that comes in Alive 2. This is titled The Originals 2. So it's got some in-concert shots there. Let's see if I'm getting this so you can see it. Nice poster in the middle there. Not a lot of pages, but very cool little insert to have there. Again, we have the lyrics book, the cover of the album on the outside. I don't think there's a whole lot going on in here except for lyric translation. And then the final thing you get with these, and I think these are really cool, and they're so unique to the way the Japanese do art, or did this art specifically. It's very Japanese centric to me, at least. I mean, so there's Gene. These were masks that apparently you could cut out and punch the holes and wear them. So there's Gene, and each one of these has their signature up in the corner, and there's a little instruction for using the mask there on the bottom corner. There's Ace. These kind of remind me of the masks that you would get with the I think it was the English, the British solo singles. You'd get masks with those singles. There's Paul, a little autograph up in the corner. Printed on, of course. There's Peter. But these are just kind of odd and wonderful to me. I mean, they're not realistic drawings. They're very Japanese looking, and I don't know, just kind of a cool insert. So that's my Japanese vinyl pressing collection. Like I said, these are some of the best pressings I've encountered. They sound really good, and they're surprisingly affordable. And I haven't lost a single album yet buying from sellers in Japan for some of this stuff. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.